This is Comic Station issue number 57 for January 29th of 2014.
I'm going to start it right off with Revolutionary War, Knights of Pendragon. This is something that I was not too familiar with. Some of the characters crossed over into some of the things I read. I've seen them before in my Exiles, but they were in a hold. They're new to me. This is kind of a reboot. We weren't even sure if it was a #1 until I actually opened the cover.
Yeah, there's no numbering.
Yeah, there's no numbering in it, but it is a #1, and there will be more, which I was excited to see because this was actually a pretty good read. Taking some people that have been, retired from being superheroes for a little while and gathering them all back together to fight the villain who was zombie King Arthur of the Zombie Knights of the Zombie Round Table. Yes, the Round Table itself is actually a zombie. So that I'm like, okay, zombies, but as long as it doesn't continue to be zombies as the main enemy throughout the rest of this, I think this shows a lot of promise, and I'm excited to see some of these characters in action.
Yeah, it looks interesting. It does look very British.
Yeah, and the art on the inside is very reflective of the cover, which I like it when that happens.
Very cool.
Guardians of the Galaxy. For this one, it is number 11, but it is the start of the trial of Jean Grey. So in this, you get, if you're a fan of Gamora, you get to see her in her old outfit, but she is a Skrull. I am a fan of her old outfit, so I do like this, and then they do get a little bit of a fight, so that's kind of fun too. And if you're not familiar with it, Angela is on this team up with Gamora, and they are kind of running around together, arguing amongst themselves, and overall I enjoy that they're working together. Their interaction is very fun. I do really like the art in this. It is one of my favorite titles, so I do recommend picking it up.
Guardians of the Galaxy has picked up quite a following, so yeah, a number of people really enjoy that. The first one I have here is from Grim Fairy Tales, Tales of Oz, the Tin Man. This is from Zenescope. This is a kind of offshoot of the main title, which is Oz, and this is going on. They're having a number of these titles going on some of the secondary characters, and obviously this one goes on Tin Man. It follows a little bit of before he was the Tin Man, when he was the woodcutter, what made him become the Tin Man, and his situation that led him to become made of metal and without a heart. So it's interesting. I know there's some the artwork was really good, and then at certain points it was also a little down, so the artwork fluctuated a little bit too much, but otherwise it's interesting. Although honestly, you really should read the main title so that you can get more out of this one, because you get a little bit more background and a little bit more why you should actually invest in the character that is a secondary character, the Tin Man.
Next I had was also from Marvel. This was the Amazing Spider-Man #1, or that, in my opinion, it should be called the Amazing Spider-Man #Y. I live under a rock. There's a lot of things in this world that I don't know about. However, if you don't know what's going on in this comic, there's something seriously wrong with you. This was really just the reboot of like the Spider-Man origin story again. And I don't know why this needed to be put out. I'm feeling bad for the trees on this one.
And aren't they a little late, because the Amazing Spider-Man, that reboot, it should have tied in with the movie a little closer, and now
it just kind of seems like something that they put out to fill the shelves, to be quite honest. I mean, it's one of those things where even if you're a Spider-Man fan, like reading this, I don't even think that it's necessarily appealing to you.
It just seems,
I don't know.
It just seems like they're doing, honestly, kind of cash in with the Amazing Spider-Man coming in for #2, and they're just kind of, hey look, #2's out, maybe we can get some people to buy this comic, and it just,
I don't know.
No.
Don't recommend it.
#Y is a very good example.
I have an annual for Huntress, World's Finest, and Powergirl. If you don't read this line, it's still okay to pick this one up. as it has, as you can see, we got Wonder Woman, we got Robin as a female, Supergirl, and there were a lot of other female cameos in this that I am enjoying very much. There's lots of fighting, as the cover kind of gives away, but overall, it's really good. I really enjoy the art in this. I'm definitely going to pick it up, and that's about all I have to say about it.
So it's good for new readers if they haven't been reading. I know it's an annual,
I wouldn't even say new readers, I would just say anyone. I mean, you might want to know, like, something, but...
Well, I'm saying of
definitely
the Huntress World's Finest. I know that the World's Finest is its own title, so you don't have to...
you don't have to be following the Huntress and Powergirl comic that they have out right now to get into this.
Cool. The next one I have is, you're gonna see this one twice in this episode, because this one is Furious from Dark Horse Comics. This is written by Brian Glass, and there is a little extra at the end of this episode. We're going to talk a little bit more about this. There is some additional content that will help expand upon this, but essentially for our preview, our little review section here, did want to mention that I really enjoyed the artwork. I thought it was very poignant, very attached very well to the storyline, and it starts off a little disjointed, but then by the end of it, you get the idea of why they did that. There's a little bit of a catch at the end, and essentially, Furious is the first hero in this world, which is very much like our own. Unfortunately, she wants to be known by another name, the Beacon, but because of her, let's say, slight temper, she gets the nickname from the media as Furious, because while she tries to do the right thing, many of the people that get on her bad side end up in a bloody pulp. So, of course, the media being what it is, sensationalism, takes that to its extreme. So this is this in very much lampoons and takes what happens in the media, the extremes of media and everything, and plays that off, as well as a tale of redemption and everything. So it's really quite interesting. I did enjoy it, and like I said, there'll be more at the end of this episode, a little bit more about it.
And this we thought was worth mention. This is Catwoman in Gothtopia. As we discussed in previous issues, Gothtopia is a world, a dystopian world where everything seems to be okay, but things are getting a little bit weird. This is also worth a mention because it's the second cover this week where we have a woman wearing Robin's costume. So apparently he must have had a yard sale, or all the ladies decided to get up into that fashion. Catwoman does look awesome with Robin's shirt on. And
it's the best looking Robin has looked in a while.
Yes. And she is, you know, also, as it mentions here, Batman's newest partner. So I'm interested to see what this entails. Ha ha ha, no pun intended.
I have Inhumanity, Avengers Assemble as an honorable mention, as it is number 23.
I wonder why.
And you can see on the cover is Wolverine and Spider-Girl, aka Anya Corazon, one of my favorites. So definitely gonna pick this up as they're bringing this character back more often. I'm gonna be picking up more comics.
Yeah, a little self-serving there. And finally, we have, for instead of a statue, we have.
Yeah, we had.
There was a
gun here.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It was.
There was gun.
There was definitely a gun
here. It was gold. You might know something about
somebody that enjoys weapons.
Really?
Really?
It doesn't even shoot.
What have we told you about weapons?
It feels really nice in my
The trigger
hands.
doesn't even pull.
That's true.
No.
Well,
I guess we'll put it in its rightful place. Sorry, guys. I couldn't resist.
Well, it is a weapon.
Nice.
We can't help it. And of course, this is
very heavy.
Malcolm Reynolds from Firefly Serenity. This is the stunt pistol replica.
It's a very nice replica. It could pass as a gun. Don't take this outside. You might get shot down by the cops.
Yeah.
It looks very real.
Even though it doesn't fire, it is, like you said, it's pretty hefty. You could take this and knock someone out with this. But it's a really nice replica. It's affordable. It's nice. It's well done. There's good detail on it. The painting, I like actually the wood handle. Actually looks really nice. And like I said, it has a nice heft to it. and it comes with this spiffy little stand, and it has a little label on it for Malcolm Reynolds, and so it is, I believe it's numbered and such, so yep, 1-to-1 scale, screen accuracy, replica, so forth, Reynolds metal plated pistol. So,
and speaking of Serenity, didn't Lido do a review for us this week?
Yep, perfect segue, and Lido has his own video review for Serenity Leaves on the Wind #1.
Hey guys, Lido here with a quick review of the new Serenity Leaves on the Wind comic from Dark Horse, the continuation of the fan-favorite sci-fi western TV show from Joss Whedon, Firefly, and a direct sequel to its movie, Serenity. Short version, this comic is really, really, really good. Even if you're a complete noob to the series like me, it gets you completely grounded with a text recap on the inside cover and a lot of good dialogue that helps you figure out who people are and things like that. Everything you need to know to understand the Firefly universe is here. If you want to know more, you know where to look. I'm not going to give any spoilers here for the end of the series, the movie, or this comic, but suffice to say, it's some big stuff going down, and you get a sense of how shaken this world is and the new place we're going to be living in. It grounds new readers and old fans to the universe, and I'm sure the people who are fans of the TV show and film are going to feel like they're right at home coming back to where they left off. You get a good sense of where the crew is at and what's going to be happening as the series goes onward, with a lot of potential for a lot of interesting and cool storylines. Overall, it's just a great comic and a spectacular first issue, and I'm looking forward to more greatness from this as we go forward. This one's going to be a great one, guys. You don't want to miss it. Check out my text review if you want to know more.
Thanks, Lido, for doing that review, and we're back. As I mentioned earlier in this episode, Brian Glass did Furious #1, and as a new comic and somebody on Brian Glass's pedigree, he has won the 2009 and 2010 Harvey Awards for his work in Mice Templars, as well as worked on a number of other titles for publishers such as DC and Marvel. I had the opportunity to sit down with him and do an interview. So we talked a little bit about himself and his history, like I just said, and as well as went into a little bit more in-depth on Furious, no spoilers, and gave a little hints here and there. But I really enjoyed the interview despite some audio technical difficulties I had. I cleaned it up as best I could, and it is available on frontwardsgamer.com as well as all our YouTube channels. So feel free to check it out, let us know, and check out Brian Glass's Furious. So, and of course, we also, if you may have noticed, our awards video didn't go up on last Friday. We decided to extend it to this Friday. So on Friday, we will be posting our awards for the 2013 Comic Station Awards. And again, you're welcome to post any comments on the awards nominees video or on this video, and we'll compile it as well. This is another issue of Comic Station wrapped up for issue number 57 for January 29, 2014. Stay warm, it's really cold out there. It's kind of cold in here.
It is.
Alright, thank you.
Bye.
See you next week.